Hello, everyone, and welcome to our live stream. We're super excited to have you here today because we will be celebrating Hacktoberfest with all of you. And I have two special guests with me here today. On the one hand, there's Majid, which is a very active member of our community. And on the other hand, there will also be Yusuf joining. Yusuf is our open source engineer, mainly responsible for our open source package.
Hello, everyone. I'm glad to be on this live stream. Thank you, Lucas, for inviting me.
Hello, everyone. I'm Yusuf, the guy behind the open source repo of Widgetbook, and it's nice to be here with you.
Awesome. Great to have you guys. Awesome. So, Majid, as I basically mentioned, we brought you here today to talk with you about Hacktoberfest. So maybe you can talk with us a bit more. What is it? Why is it amazing for Flutter? I think we're all very curious.
Absolutely. Thank you very much once more for having me on this show. It's actually great that you started this initiative this year for Flutter community and particularly for Widgetbook. I'm excited to see what people can do. But Hacktoberfest usually happens, every year, October, 1st of October until end of October. A type of celebration for open source, as well as, to my opinion, a way of learning about different open source packages and even new skills, because every time you're trying to contribute to open source packages, there is a chance that you're also learning, not only helping to these packages to grow and be better for yourself, for others, but also at the same time, you're learning a lot by getting the comments, reading the issues, going through a project that you have not done anything before with, and things like that. So generally, every October, which is usually this project is run by DigitalOcean in the last couple of years. Recently, a few more companies joined the program. But there's also like a small initiatives in each community, like this one right now for Flutter community, and we've done in the past these kind of program as well. So a smaller community try to celebrate by their members of their own community and try to engage as much as possible. So I'm actually excited to see what you want to do this year with Widgetbook open source. Lucas, do you wanna just go ahead and talk about Widgetbook open source a bit and tell us about the program?
Yeah, sure. Awesome. Yeah, let me share my screen with the participants here quickly. So for anyone that yet has not heard about Widgetbook or tested it, I can of course strongly recommend you to do so. You can just search for demo.widgetbook.io, and then you'll be navigated to exactly that demo that I'm just showing. And how Widgetbook usually works is Widgetbook can serve as your custom component library or your custom design system. It's strongly inspired by Storybook.js. So anyone that is coming from a web development background and, for example, worked with React in the past, probably you heard, or most likely also even used Storybook.js before. And with Widgetbook, we are building the Storybook for Flutter. And how it works is you can catalog all of your components in a nice overview, as we can see it here. In the end, what you can do is you can have folders, for example, this widgets folder. And in this widgets folder, you can have either immediately your component or also another folder like this UI folder. So you can have nested folders. And then you can have all of your widgets cataloged here. And for example, for this formatted datetime widget, we have multiple use cases that we can then see. One use case could be date and time. Another use case could where we just show the date. Another use case could just be time. And that's how you can, on the one hand, catalog all of your components, but also showcase all the different variations of that component. And we could do it a bit more exciting and show maybe something that's visually a bit more appealing. And then in the end, just our small component that we showed here, and that could be our collapsed tweet here. And what we are seeing here rendered on the screen and also then hosted on the web already is not a screenshot or a PNG file, but it's the actual widget. So you can fully interact with it. Can, for example, test the like animation that our engineer Roa developed so nicely. And therefore you can really not only test how does it look, but you can also test how it feels in the end. You can also test the user experience with it. And on the right side, we then have our add-ons and also our knobs that allow us to test those widgets in more detail. And with the add-ons, we can test the global properties of our widgets, meaning we can, for example, test how do my widget look like for different text scale factors? Or how does it look like for different languages, like English or Arabic? So we can even test how the text alignment changes. Or we can also test how does the widget look like when we wrap it with a device, for example, with an iPhone 13 or with an iPad. And then we can verify if it was implemented correctly regarding the responsive behavior. Or we could also test how does my widget look in light mode and dark mode. And basically all of the add-ons that I just showed you are customizable, meaning you do not only need to test light and dark mode, you can test whatever theme you like. You can test on on whatever device you like. You can verify it on your own custom devices that you define. You can, if you like, verify it on for like small smartwatches or like the biggest screens you can imagine. The sky is really the limit with this add-ons functionality that we have. And you can even extend it with your own add-ons. So with Widgetbook 3, Yusuf really made a nice introduction of custom add-ons, allowing you to have your own custom add-ons with it. And that's basically how you can set up Widgetbook yourself.
Oh, that's great. So these are the things that you mentioned right now is about open source Widgetbook package, right? And now
Exactly.
we are in the months of celebration of open source packages, and particularly Widgetbook runs a program of Hacktoberfest 2023 for the open source package. So I think if you both agree, it's nice to go through the contribution guide and show how people can start contributing to Widgetbook, whether they started working with this open source package or not. Maybe this is a great chance to not only use the open source package, but also try to improve the package at the same time. Great months of learning, let's say. I was just quickly checking your documentation. It's residing on docs.widgetbook.io, as far as I can see. Lots of information here. The first thing I noticed is that this Hacktoberfest Notion, so probably people can just click and learn more about, the open source, the Hacktoberfest program. And
Exactly.
well, a lot of probably learning stuff here. So I'll leave that to the audiences later to read. But one thing I notice is you also have like a contribution steps here, which shows how people can start contributing. Different suggestion from bug fixing, maybe even creating new features. If really someone learned Widgetbook open source very well in like a couple of days and they want to maybe create a new add-on, I think you probably welcome them, right? So they can send a PR for that. Why not? And a few steps for contributing. Generally, contribution to open source. If I open the Widgetbook repository, quickly going through that for those who have not yet done any type of contribution to Hacktoberfest. Generally, how it works is you're just going to go and fork a repo like this one. This is Widgetbook open source package. Am I in the right side, place, Yusuf? You are probably owner of this, right?
Yeah, definitely the right one.
Okay, so then starting by forking, and then you start creating your branch on your local fork, and then send. When you push, and you can see that you can send a PR, and your PRs or pull request comes under this tab. When I was checking here, I noticed that everything is pretty straightforward, like a few steps. One thing that I noticed is the third step, which is Melos. Yusuf, maybe you want to explain what is Melos and why you're using Melos for Widgetbook open source package?
Sure. We are using Melos because our repo is a mono repo, so we don't just have the Widgetbook package in there, but we have Widgetbook, Widgetbook generator, Widgetbook CLI. We also have some examples in the example folder. So managing the dependencies of all these packages together goes beyond the Flutter CLI. So we are using a tool from Invertase called Melos that help us bootstrap our code, install the dependencies, generate the code, run some commands in all the libraries, etc.
Okay, so for managing this monorepo, you're using Melos. So technically a tool helping for organizing your monorepo. As far as I see, the steps are pretty straightforward. A few commands and you're good to go. Then you need to bootstrap. So making sure all the packages dependencies are installed correctly. And I think that's pretty much it, right? After that, everyone is ready to dig into the contribution flow, maybe creating a PR, making sure the tests are there. So and then once everything is settled, you're comfortable, then sending a PR. I like to open my terminal quickly here. Sorry, my editor. Maybe particularly for you, Youssef. So let's say I actually clone the repo and I set up everything. Seems I have everything under my control right now. So where is the best place to start? Where should I look at, like, if I want to contribute right now for Hacktoberfest, like, where is the first step? Should I go to issues first? Should I just randomly send an add-on feature request?
So the first place to start would definitely be the issues page. You search for an issue with the label Hacktoberfest. Then you pick this issue. It will probably have another labels called vcore or pgenerator. This label tells you which package you will be editing or fixing this issue for. So if it says core, then it's the widgetbook package. If it says generator, then it's widgetbook generator package. And some issues might have both labels at the same time. So once you know what issue you are solving and where you are going to solve it, you can start opening your editor, forking our repo, cloning your fork, start doing the changes and opening your pull request.
I see. So a good point you mentioned here. So these are the labels regarding the packages, though. Like when you say P generator means. So if I go back now to the monorepo, which I cloned, then maybe I can make this even bigger. There is actually a packages folder where I see CLI, generator, annotation, and the main open source package. So when I have like P dot like CLI, that technically means the problem is probably residing under this folder. So I need to take a look at like code here, right?
Definitely.
Okay, so well, that's a good indication. And I see there is a bunch of other labels here. Is there anything that you want to mention if it's important for Hacktoberfest in this case? Like, for example, T-bugs probably means it's a type of bug that can be fixed, right?
Right. So we have 3 type of contributions, and they can even go beyond that. We have features or feat. So this is a feature that's not currently in Widgetbook, and we would love to add it. We have bugs. You can fix some of our little bugs. And you can even add docs, improve our docs. So these are the 3 main types, but you can contribute more by writing tests or open more issues so other people can solve it. So it's not just these 3 types.
Okay, that's nice. I actually searched with the filter with docs. Apparently, there is no issue for docs, and that's a good good sign that your docs are good already. So maybe take a search for bugs. Okay, maybe I should remove this. Yes. So the reason I'm asking this is because sometimes for the first time, if you come to, contributing, it's going to be a little bit confusing. So many issues. Where should I start? Bugs or feature? I guess for the first time contributor, the easiest, if you agree with me, Yusuf, is like to go through the easiest issues to get familiar with the repo, the process of PR, and then maybe the next step is a bit more challenging one. And if you are experienced already, maybe you can take over like a little bit more complex, let's say, issue to resolve, like maybe a new add-on or feature, whatever is already there. So as far as I see, even the docs folder are residing on the monorepo, which means if someone has found any issues or they want to add even more examples, maybe, so they can actually come here and contribute, right? Is that there's one question. If someone found, let's say, something that is not an issue at the moment, but they want to contribute, what they should do then in this case? Like they want to add a new example, which is a better one. So can they send you directly a PR, or should they do something else, like open an issue first, communicate, and then send the PR?
If that changes a bug or a feature, I would appreciate if they open an issue first, because we need to discuss it and validate that the issue is actually an issue, not just something going wrong with their setup. But for docs, it doesn't need to be that complicated, because they can just open a PR, fix a link or fix a typo, or change little stuff that makes sense and doesn't need to be an issue first. But if they are doing something big, like adding a new example, we would also appreciate if they opened an issue first, so we can have this little discussion.
Yeah, sounds good. Is there, maybe we should, have you received any PR so far for Hacktoberfest?
We have almost 10 issues that are being worked on in Hacktoberfest. We have
nice.
two already merged BRs and 3 current BRs that are awaiting review and to be merged soon, and still more issues to solve. So we have this. We have also this BR from a guy who added the light theme. Here it's merged as well.
Okay, it's nice. I mean, so then you're telling me if you're not fast to contribute, then you're going to run out of the issues and no one can, well, I mean, people should be fast, right?
Yeah. This issue, for example, got solved on the second day of Oktoberfest or something. So the guy was really quick with it, and he did a really good job.
Awesome. So that's a good sign. I hope by watching this video after, the live stream, hopefully more people will come and contribute. But maybe back to you, Lucas. Then I now started contributing, let's say. What is the rewards? Is there any rewards? Are you going to do anything, or is just a nice word, say thank you?
No, I mean, of course, you get warm words, definitely. But we also have rewards for you. And on the one hand, you always, if you contribute to Oktoberfest, you get the prices that are provided by DigitalOcean. But on top of that, we also want to give special, unique rewards to our Widgetbook community. And therefore, on the one hand, we are providing our community with unique T-shirts from Widgetbook, and on the other hand, also with unique stickers. So anyone that's already visited our booth at multiple conferences this year, Majid, I think there were only like 8 conferences. Colombia is still coming up, maybe more even. So we attended quite a lot of conferences. There are a lot of nice stickers that you can get. You can get amazing Widgetbook T-shirts, and Also, what you receive is you will be shown as a contributor on the open source package, basically from now on until forever. And yeah, we really hope that you're gonna contribute to either Widgetbook, but there are also other amazing packages that you can contribute to. There's, for example, also the package Patrol from LeanCode that is participating in Hacktoberfest, or Mangidas that we all know from the Flutter community. You can also contribute to his Flutter deck package. So there are a lot of options you have. And yeah, hopefully we could show you how you can get started very easily.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a tip for everyone who wants to participate, like if you just go to GitHub and start searching for Hacktoberfest 2023, then you will find lots of issues. But I think at this point, we are very focusing on the Flutter community, in particular in this show, Widgetbook open source, and make Widgetbook open source issue number 0 by end of this month. I think then afterwards, Yusuf can sleep very easy and relaxed. Okay. Any tips, tricks, anything that you want to add by end of this show for the Hacktoberfest campaign that you are running right now?
Yeah, so one thing that we can always recommend anyone is to join our Discord server. So Majid, you already showed the docs. If you maybe go back to the docs, like on the top left corner, you're going to see the link how you can join our Discord server. And on the one hand, if you have any questions, always feel free to join there. Ask your questions, either us with the team, mostly Yusuf, but otherwise, there are also now more than 1,700 users already in the Discord server who are very active. So if there's anything, you can get help there, but you can also contribute to Widgetbook by helping other users there in the community, that what we also appreciate always. So I'd say definitely join the Discord server. That's a great tip. I don't know, Yusuf, do you have anything else for the users?
I don't have much tips, but the most big tip would be to read the contribution guide on our docs, because it have everything they need, starting from forking to getting the VR burst.
Awesome. And well, that's it then. So we should probably end, and I hope we come back again to this live stream in, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks, not even end of October, and we say, oh, sorry, we don't have any more issues. You should go and contribute to other packages.
Exactly.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Yeah, awesome. So Majid, thank you very much for joining us today, talking about Hacktoberfest. Yusuf, to you as well. Keep up the open source spirit, and yeah, to everyone in the stream, hopefully see you very soon. And we're really looking forward to receiving your contributions.
Thank you, Dan. See you.
Awesome.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.